Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the advanced character of our world around us, and today we will just tell to ourselves blunt truth. And one of these blunt truths I want to share with you today is the one telling us that long period of peace since 1945 between the larger states and let's say the larger geopolitical entities, we have only due to the fact that nuclear weapons, commonly known as atomic bomb, has been developed and proliferated from the country in which it was invented, so from United States to Soviet Union, later to China, later temporarily even to South Africa, and later also from South Africa to Israel and some other states, including Pakistan. Thanks to this equilibrium, larger superpowers nowadays do not compete directly. Of course, they compete indirectly in so-called proxy wars. I know that we don't have a period of absolute peace because armed conflicts we have almost everywhere, but they happen on a relatively limited scale, and this period we have can be compared, but it's still not as good as it was in the Antonine times. But Antonine times, and when we rescale it for the those days population, area and intensity of conflicts was even more peaceful than today. But in contrast to the last 200 years period after 1945 till now, till 2020, let's say 2022, was really peaceful, especially for more developed area of the world and for the great powers. Yeah, after the end of the civil war in China that ended up in proclamation of Communistic People's Republic of China in 1949 and 1st October, we also have peace there. Yes, 51 kinetic war was practically over. 1953, after the death of Stalin, war was ended, Korean War, and we have peace. Vietnam War 1975, and since then also in this region of the world we have now almost 50 years of absolute peace in the great territories. Yeah, we had some clashes like East Timor with Indonesia and some separatist movement in northern Sumatra, but it's still no comparison with the period that preceded these times. These times we have now, and now I'm referring to the times before Second World War as a past that was much more aggressive, and many more people were involved in the armed conflict and suffered due to this. And we have this peace because of the relative proliferation among global and regional superpowers of nuclear weapons and chemical weapons and biological weapons of mass destruction. The ones who rule us do not keep peace because they love people and became more, I would say, warm-hearted. No. They are not warm-hearted at all, as they never were. But the awareness that these mass destruction weapons can be used also against them and there is nowhere to escape prevents them from starting very serious conflicts. And there is also another fact that it's not profitable economically to inflict such losses to your opponents, because after the war you will have no one to trade with, you will have no one to make business with. So this the state of the art of the development of our weaponry, the state of development of our weaponry keeps the relative peace between the big parties, geopolitical parties. But as we remember this famous quotation from the Leviathan of Thomas Hobbes that I was recalling in one of my previous videos, that the rulers from the governments we see and from the governments we don't see, they keep the pose of the gladiators ready to attack one another. It's still in the reality, it is like this. But they now have to be smarter, and they fight with each other and not directly. That's why they invest more in secret services, in economical wars, in proxy wars, but they do not fight so much directly with each other because it would be too risky and too costly. And we have to be thankful, as many people around the world, that wars are not so huge, are not so common nowadays. We have to be thankful to the ones who develop nuclear weapons and chemical and biochemical weapons of mass destruction, because this fear of mass destruction prevents our members of the governments we see and we don't see from killing one another in one shot. All the best. Have a nice day. Bye.